Okay, welcome back everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. Smile. I love this calendar. I'm using this calendar for my camera focus, but it's just fun too. And it's a calendar, Funhouse 57, The Art of Dick Daniels. And I just love the art in it. Plus, it's just a great camera focuser. So, I had a request by Cagefish Carla. She wanted to see my book O Faces, and I'll talk about it again. I think I've already done a video on it. So if I've already done a video on this, you've already seen the book, just don't give me a thumbs down, just move on, okay? Not that I really care. I don't even really notice thumbs down. I mean, me and Carrie are both like that. I was like, somebody gave me a thumbs down? Oh, anyway. So, but if you've seen the book before, just move on. But Carla has not. Some of the other people have not. So hang on. Okay. So this book I made probably about, I'm guessing, at least 4 years ago. I don't think I dated it. Yeah. Yeah. March 2011 is when, so it's 5 years. So I did this book 5 years ago. Now I've shown it on Ustream before, and I think I've shown it on YouTube recordings as well. But again, if I've already shown it, you know, just don't watch. So about 11 in 2011, I had this book already. I'll talk about how I made the book. This was a book that I got at Barnes and Noble, and it had that Japanese rice paper kind of paper in it. And I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. Full of, let's see, what's this right here? Full of that rice paper, right? That you really can't, there's not a lot you can do with it. You can draw, sketch on it, but you can do some ink on, but it bleeds, right? So I took the all the signatures of the rice paper out, and what I did is I got those cheap watercolor pads at Michael's when they were on sale, like 5 for $10, right? And I made my own signatures with them. What I did is I spent a whole day with acrylic washes. Remember what I told y'all, when you get your paint down to about this much and you put water in it and make it into a wash? Well, I used the leftover washes, leftover acrylic paint washes, and back and completely like made a rainbow color of watercolor papers and let them dry. Of course, they were, by the time I got done, they were dry because it took a whole day. So I did that with all the pages in those, I think, 5 watercolor pads of the cheap Michael's Artist Loft watercolor paper, and I just folded them in half. And I'm not a bookbinder. I just what I did is I kind of made my own spine thing there. You can't probably see it, but it's all glued together back there. And yes, some of them have come loose since then because I've shown it a lot. I've used it a lot. It's pretty much full and done. I might have a couple blank pages in here to use to show Carla. If not, I'll just show it on another piece of paper. So these are all funny faces, quick faces. And when I mean quick, I had that paper back here. I just saw it stuck in here. What I mean is, I think I just did a couple here on paper because I think we're full up. This was the last time I pulled it out. It literally, and let me get my pencil. What I use is just my woodless graphite. That's what I used in the whole book. Okay, because for one, it shows up on camera. If you have any questions, put them in caps. And if you're watching this show, it's a live show on Ustream with live chat, live people. Thanks everybody for being here. And so they're just really, really fast faces. And then you go on to develop them into funny characters. So none of these are realistic, guys. They're not like, don't think of these as even in any kind of sense like my portraits that I do. These are just funny faces that you can do warm-ups, do some quick sketching just to play and make funny faces. You haven't seen this scene? Oh, you haven't seen it in ages. Okay. So I'm going to kind of flip. Let me get past my information there. Now I do have a couple other things glued in here occasionally, just because I'd like to put in other kind of things. This is something from a book that Miss Rose sent me, and there's a few things in here that Miss Rose sent me because I think at the time Miss Rose sent me some happy mail at the same time I was doing this book, so I just glued them in there. Got a couple of collagey things here, but nothing really, nothing really, you know, but anyway, so what you do is you'll take and you'll do a very, very quick face. And I'll do some more in here, but I just want to show you how you do this, right? All you do is just make an oval. It doesn't even have to be an oval. It can be looking up this way. They can be looking down. They can be looking any way you want, okay? But you just basically, essentially, just make an oval, divide it in half, divide it in half, divide it in half, just like you would, you know, your quick, like you're dividing up a face, right? Now, what I try to do is not lift my pencils. Yes, faces in seconds. That's right. I try to do this, and then I try not to lift my pencil after that. And I just do real quick. There's the cheeks, there's the cheek, there's the chin, and just start with a real quick little face. Maybe there's some eyebrows, and there. And that's it. And you start with that, okay? And you just make silly, fun faces out of it. But you do this very quickly. You don't overthink it. You can make long, skinny faces. Whoops. And I'll do some more in this book if there's any blank pages. You can do it any kind of shape, right? And then, I just kind of make a cheek, the chins, that you can just start with some little eyes, and then you can, just start playing with how the expressions will be. You can make the faces real long, skinny, fat, short, throw some ears on there, some hair, and then you go from this to making faces out of them. Okay? And this lady I did, somehow when I did her hair, it was curly, and it just reminded me of the beauty shop. So I called this one the beauty shop. I don't know if y'all have ever been, I'm old enough to have gone to the beauty shop when you had to get your hair in curlers like this and stuff like that. Mom, grandma, get perms. That's the beauty shop, all right? So anyway, I just thought it looked good with this castle next to it. Just play. So like I said, it's good practice. It's fun just to do these, just to not be anything in particular. And you'll see, I like some better than others, but they're just all done with the quick sketch. And then on some of them, we've gone in there and thrown on some acrylic paint. So that's what this is. Carla. Is Carla still here? She's the one I'm doing this for. You hear, Carla? So anyway, that's what you do. Then you go in with your acrylic paint or ink or anything you want, right? You can go in there. I just used acrylic paint because it's quick. It dries quick. And then you just go in there and play with your acrylic paints. So, yeah, so there's all different little faces. And again, you never know how they're going to turn out, because after you do this, then you can go in there with the paint and, and other things. And just, you can start shaping the face around the cheeks and the chin, and you can start building a little face. But you don't want to make them, these aren't supposed to be realistic. They're supposed to be fun little characters, right? So it's kind of, I should call it my character book rather than my face book or book of faces. They're like characters. This is just some stuff that Miss Rose had sent me. I just threw in there, little Mary Englebright paper doll. Again, some stuff Miss Rose had sent me. But here's where we did a quick one. So you can just see. And I just use, I don't erase anything. I try not to even pick up the pencil. Just do them real quick. Then you go back with paint. Yeah. So anyway, guys, again, I got some little things here at the very beginning from Miss Rose. Okay. So again, just real quick little faces. And then you just go in there and play with paint. Don't try to make them be anything they don't want to be. Just let them be, And depending on the color of the paper, like he has a yellow undertone because this was on a yellow paper. Remember, well, this one I didn't paint the back, but they're all base coated with, unless there's a tip in, like this one's a tip in. This page is a tip in for whatever reason, but they're base coat. I mean, they all got a wash of color on them, right? Except for a few tip ins. I can see a few in there. So yeah, the Book of Creative Faces. Well, that's Barb's got the creative faces. These are like, character faces, if you will. We'll just call them characters. So you can see just quick little, and then you can go in there with paint, or after you've done the sketch, then you can go in there and kind of say, how you want them to be, right? But don't try to make them realistic. Make them kooky. It's just fun to make kooky faces, see? So they're just, let them guide you. This one just had a castle. I just drew a face under the castle there. So you can see, we just have fun. And they're all done the same way. They're all just done with a quick little sketch like this, and then played with paint. Right? Just all kind of crazy little characters. That's just a bit of a collage, Some more little faces. So you can see they're real quick. And they're really not even painted into much of a development. They're just, it's just some kooky little faces. I don't know that I need to, I'm kind of holding up because I am a little bit, camera's a little far away. But. And see, you can have them looking any way. I need to get out a bigger sketch pad so I can show you how you can make them all look different ways. Because they're not going to fit in the book a whole bunch on one page. But thanks, Carla. Well, I was hoping, you would be here so I could show them to you. Some stuff just glued in. So you can see I try not to pick up the pencil. I just keep moving with the pencil. But everyone's got a different expression because they're just so quick and spontaneous. Showing us faces, look at all directions. Yeah. Gesture. Another piece of a collage. Just all kinds of little kooky guys and girls. Well, they're all interesting because they're all different, right? So now, like this one's kind of looking this way, right? But you see how they're elongated? You can make them, square. You can make them elongated. You can make them any shape. And the different face shape doesn't all have to be an oval. If that's just the quickest thing to do. But again, you can start with. I'm just on a blank. I don't have any blank papers. Like this guy's, he's more square, right? He's got more of a square face. This one's like it long, Good idea. Shows the faces all in direction. Okay, yeah. All right. This one's got some collage on her head. But none of this takes long. I do these, I don't want them to take long. I want to just, play and just do. And I got to be honest, guys, I don't take the time to do this very often anymore. Like I said, this is, 2011. I just don't have the time to do this kind of play as much because I'm so busy with other projects. But, it's good just to sit down and do this every now and then. Yes, everyone's different. Thanks, Carla. I'm glad you like them. Just a bit of collage stuff. And see, you've got some collage there, but I put a little face on top of it. Then you can paint over that. If you have some collage down, just go ahead and just draw right over it. So like this one's looking that away a little bit. Some old paper that Miss Rose sent me. Again, so you can see. They're fun, aren't they? They're fun. Just my garden hippie girl. Again, that's just a little piece of collage napkin right there. And you don't have to make them. This one, see, this one's smaller. You don't have to fill the whole page. You can do just small ones, right? You can do small ones. Carla, you need to make some. Here's my school teacher. I know I didn't mean it in good fun, but I used to call this my Jean school teacher, my Miss Jean school teacher one, and I just got a little spider hanging out of her big bouffant hair. But she just kind of reminds me of a school teacher. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. And I know Vicky has seen this a million times. Vicky, of course, has been around forever too. Vicky and Carrie and Julie Topaz. Yeah, I know you don't like the spiders. I know. That's why it's way over there, Jean. Well, you see, some are just very roughly done. Some have a little bit more. Some have more paint. You know, some I like put a little collar on that one, some ears, like an elf ears or something. Then this one we threw on some light paint. Jean is going, yeah, well, you like the pursed lips. Oh, so yeah. And again, if you see a white page that's smaller like that, see, I tipped it in for whatever reason. I don't even remember now. But all the ones that have paint on them were the original pages in the book. It's a big book haul. We're going to be for a few more minutes. And this one I didn't even draw a oval. I just started drawing the face. So, you know, you can do it. Just play. You can't be afraid. Look how my hands. See, it's all done with the woodless graphite, so it's smeary. I mean, it's all pencil, so it's very messy. Just very loose faces, guys. They're like characters more than caricatures. They're just characters, right? And you know, they're not. The thing about them is that I'm not drawing anybody. They're just, you know, we just make them up as on the fly. Just make them up as you go. Seeing these again. Oh, well, I guess it has been a while. I thought there's a recorded video of this already on YouTube, but well, we're doing another one. That's what I said earlier. If you've already seen it, just move on. It's Julie Topaz here. We're gonna. This is not the zinc girl, but there's a girl with the sun. She's got zinc on because she's out in the sun. You know, look though, just some little dots to indicate a necklace. You know, I mean, just play. It's just about play. And then you add the paint to them and develop them if you want or not. You don't have to. Don't feel like you have to do anything. Okay, here's one where I showed all the different ways a face look. So like if you're drawing a circle here, you have one looking this way. You have one, this is kind of straight on. You have one looking that way. You have one looking down. You have one, see how just indicate your lines to get the direction you want your face to face. She's kind of like a vampire lady. Although I do think there's a vampire in here too, with actual blood, not actual, with paint. Blood dripping off his fang. I shouldn't say that. People take things so literal anymore. It's got actual blood. Oh my gosh, it's got actual blood. No, it's not actual blood. But then you can just do all kinds of things. Now, I'm going to get this page wet, so I'll have to dry it. But then you can just do, like, let's see, what can we do with her? Or him. It could be a him, you know. Let's see. He's playing a little bit of cheeks, maybe. I don't know. I'm just finger painting right now. But you can do all kinds of things with them. Just to get your fingers in the paint, Get your fingers in the paint. Just to play. Just pick up some paint and play. Now it's going to stick, but whatever. I usually pick up a couple, 2 or 3 colors to play with them when I do put paint on them. This one we just went with a pink background, just picked up some blue and white. Well, black, I guess, too. Black, blue, and white. You can see, though, you can make them, like, look up this way. You can have them long faces. You just do whatever. This one looks like it has some hair coming around. Again, there's just some, these are just some that we stuck in here for whatever reason. Some collage bits. That's a tip in for whatever reason. There's a tip in there. Oh wait, I don't want to show that. That one looks. Carrie, look away. I got a kind of a semi-clown face coming up. There's just a one without any shape. But look, you can almost see the shape. Look, I just drew the face on there. But look, you can almost see a shape of a face here. An ear. You can almost see an ear there. I can see almost like a goatee right there. Let's see, let's put a little Fu Manchu. Something like this. Maybe he's got some glasses. See? Okay. So anyway, yeah, a quick clown. Carrie doesn't like clowns. Eileen doesn't like flamingos. We try to keep it a clown-free zone. Again, looking down, looking this way. One without a face, just the features put on there. Some eyebrows. Wild old man eyebrows. Don't ask me how I know what old man eyebrows look like. So it's just a thing to play with, guys. I'm no comment there, Lindsay. So you can see. Some of them are hard to see when they're on the dark paper. They're hard to see on camera, I should say. You talking to me? Here it is. This is one Julie Topaz was talking about. This is the girl that's sunburned. Laying out. She's got her cucumbers on her eyes. We put cucumbers on. She had this little piece of, this just a little bit of collage paper. Made her like a headband. And she's got the zinc on her face because she's sunburned. And we put cucumbers on her eyes. We just did this on a stream one day, guys. So seriously. So you can see, there's just all kinds of faces. And again, this book, see, as some of them started coming apart, I just put some tape in it, you know. Again, these are done pretty much, other than the occasional, you know, one in here. It pretty much did all these in 2011. And so, just different bits of collage in there. That's some old book paper from Miss Rose. I don't know what we're going with that, like maybe the pirate with the bird, or Robin Hood with the bird on his head. Just different kinds of stuff. Did a little bluebird someday for some reason. And again, here's some more little. They're not made to be any person, Sarah. They're not any person. They're just, you know, silly character faces. Nobody in particular. It's just however they come out. That one comes like a cat. Just however they come out. Thanks, Mel. I guess I figured everybody had seen this 1,000 times. I mean, I probably brought this book out. Hang on, let me take a sip of coffee. I don't know how many times I brought this book out. But Carla asked me to, I was telling her about it, and she hadn't seen it, so. But they're very loose, very minimal, very minimal. That's true, Jean. That's true. A card from somebody. Then this, look at this guy. Showing, looking different ways there. Okay, this is probably where I did something just like I just now did with the white paint and didn't let it dry and close the book. This is my vampire too. I hate that I glued my vampire shut last time we did something. I glued his lip. I glued this other part of his lip over there. So anyway, there's my vampire with the drippy blood. He had red lips. The red lips are now right there. But yeah. I did something on this page on a live show and just moved on. And that's what happens when you move on. You stick your pages together. Hey, art unit. And then here's one where we went just a little further with some paint. So you can take a face like this and turn it into something like that. Yeah, not the vampire. I know, right? Another bit of Miss Rose book pages. And then some are just a couple of lines. Look, just a couple lines. Very limited. Yeah, the art papers from Miss Rose. But they're meant to be like just, you know, fun, loose. Uh-oh, here's another one. We must have worked on this one too. We must have worked on that one. Rip it, yeah. See, now this one, just looking at her, this looks like she's got some kind of elf ears. Or maybe a cat hat. A cat ear hat, you know? These look like ears, though, to me. Again, now I'm going to close this. Next time it's going to stick. And I'm going to go, what were we working on? So let's see what else. These are on some like dark blue paper or purple paper. Yeah, 2011. We did all these. So Carla, I hope you enjoyed the little flip through. Another one that's just minimal. I think that might be it. Let's see. Oh, there's one there. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that is the Character Faces book. Thanks. I'm glad y'all enjoyed seeing them again. So that's that. So I think I'll go ahead and stop this recording, and if we're going to do a art journal page in the Collage Mixed Media book, we'll go on to another video. So thanks everybody for looking at this. I hope you've got some ideas or some inspiration, Carla, and anybody that hasn't seen it. So we'll be right back. We'll BRB.